Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on the Forex. Well, on the euro currency, we do not see something really, some activity, some active performance, something that sort. That's why we briefly take a look at the euro, but also update some of our long-term scenarios that we have across the board. So starting from the cable and so on until the Japanese yen. So here's nothing actually new. Market stands in the same flag. Here's was an attempt yesterday to move slightly higher, but as we said in our yesterday's video, that chances for some reversal, something of that sort, looks small, just because the overall fundamental background stands not in favor of this action and sharp reversal. Because the situation with the inflation stands in euro currency even worse than in the United States. Massive cash outflow is coming from the Europe to United States as well, and European Central Bank is just thinking about the changing rate, maybe just for 10 basis points or 20 basis points. So this just, well, it's really just no need to discuss this. Well, that's why in the current situation, yes, we could get some bounce maybe on some reasons, but it seems that hardly we will get it. On the follow time frame chart, we could see this clearly forming the triangle, some kind of the pennant pattern, which is also probably might become the signal in what direction this might be the retracement. So if upper breakout happens, maybe we could get some kind of the ABCD pattern, slightly higher pullback. But currently it seems that it's more probable that we will get downside continuation. It's partially because we have the same, well, Grubbers still stands valid, and partially because we have the same target that is not completed yet. And currently, as we said yesterday, take a look at really big doubts that we will have the completion of this ABCD pattern right there. It's just because market stands very weak, and actually this performance that we got recently, it's very slow leg was this ABCD pattern. So that's why we said that, well, maybe here's my market just completed minor ABCD and we could get downward action. And that has happened. So with this slowdown, it's more chances for downside action. At the same time, you can see that overall performance stands not too fast. So market stands mostly flat. It mostly also stands because of the retracement on other time frames. So take a look, not time frames, markets. On the 10-year yields, we see the pullback to the 2.96, well below the 3 level. But, well, don't be fascinating with this, because with the level of the overbought that market has on the monthly chart, so just take a look at how overbought market stands. The pullback that we have on the daily chart, well, it is very small and very slow to the current conditions that we have. So that's why it is absolutely normal, reasonable, and if even market will retrace back to the 2.7 or even lower, it will not be something really drastic. So it will be normal pullback that is forming here. But at the same time, in short term, it could support the euro currency. Dollar index shows no pullback. It actually stands around the previous top, and well, really stubbornly. So we do not see any significant drop. It also suggests existence of the bullish sentiment for the dollar. Also, guys, I would like to show you euro currency the table that maybe somebody of you will find useful. So here's, you can see the data numbers for oscillator predictor for different time frames. So if you use overbought oversold levels for your day-by-day trading, that might be interesting. So you can see this for daily, weekly, monthly chart, current levels of the overbought oversold, and for the next period. So this is for tomorrow, but they are subject to change because you need to get the close price for today's session. And that is for next week and for the next month. So I will show you this table regularly, because just make your life a bit easier with the using of these numbers. So now let's take a look at another currencies that we also keep an eye on. First of all, on the Great British Pound, I would like to show our major picture on the weekly chart. So you can see here it also stands the pulse and downward direction, because market stands at the result. At the same time, you could see the fast acceleration down, but this ABCD means that market should reach the XOP. And this is also logical from the perspective of the harmony. So you can see that these lows, potential lows, and XOP stands precisely at the same levels as the left arm. So, and also the market has passed through the OP. It's also the way to the XOP only. So here we should expect moving to the 120 area. At the same time, guys, now I see some warning signs on the Great British Pound. On the monthly chart, if you'll take a look at, you could see the real fast sell-off on the potential head and shoulders right arm. And this is really bad sign. So usually when the market shows this kind of action on the right arm, it suggests increased chances for a failure. And it means that we could get a drop below this area. And this area is already 113 slows. So cable also could show really significant downward action. Besides, if you'll take a look, for example, at the cross market, cross pairs, Great Britain pound to the Japanese yen, you could see this forming bearish pattern, which also suggests the cable shows worse performance compared to Japanese yen. And that also gives me hints that downward action on the Great British Pound probably could continue. On lower time frame, you could try to catch some minor bullish setups for pullbacks, but do not marry any position and take profit fast, because that's just temporal reaction. So highly likely that we get the downward continuation. On Japanese yen, we already talked about this. Here we are waiting for reaching 133 area. This is a combination of the major ABCD pattern and the big butterfly. Also, the rumor stands on the market that somewhere around this level, the Bank of Japan could start interventions. At least these chances are not excused. We can't exclude this. So that's the major level that we're also watching on the Japanese yen. Well, in Australian dollar, in general, we have the performance that we already discussed. Here, as you can see, also CD-leg acceleration, so that's why I did not see any big reasons to change the overall suggestion that we should get the completion of this pattern somewhere to 67 area. And very similar setup stands on the New Zealand dollar, but here is downward action is a bit stronger and faster, because here, as you can see, OP already is done, and markets keep going low. Here we are watching for the same big head and shoulders pattern, but right arm stands here around 62, 61.50, 62 area, which is also the XOP. So as you can see, for the major bullish positions, if you trade on a daily chart, on even higher weekly, almost across the board, you have to wait. On the euro currency, it's 104.30. On the cable, 120. On here's on New Zealand dollar, 61, 60, 61.50, 62 area. On the Japanese yen, 133. So major target still stands ahead. So that's what we have currently. That's why if you consider any, and you see some on intraday charts bullish setups, be careful. So it means just treat it as a very short term. Do not think that that might be starting point of something big. Until the major targets will not be reached, we will not get any significant bullish performance. Even reaching of these targets currently led us to hope on just moderate retracement, because overall fundamental background is not changed. We're just coming to the important level. They could provide some support and could even trigger some more or less significant pullback, but it's not the fact yet that we get here the sharp reversal. So despite we have the reversal patterns. So here's, hopefully it was interesting and help you in your trading. Let's keep watching what will happen this week on euro currency in particular.